What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I got a review for you. Last night, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and of course, it is the sequel to Guardians of the Galaxy, which came out in 2014. Both are directed by James Gunn, and I gotta say that Guardians of the Galaxy is such a great film. I love it so much, and to this date, I love it just as much as I did back in 2014. It is one of the top films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. In my opinion, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10, which is, of course, a very, very high score, and that is, of course, because it is fun, it is entertaining from beginning to end, and it's just so fresh. It feels so fresh. Because it's just so different from all the formulaic superhero films that we've been getting from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. They're all formulaic, but they still work. They're great films, and they still please the fans. So I can't fault them with that. But they are still very, very standard superhero films. Guardians of the Galaxy is just so different because of the characters. None of them are really superheroes or heroes. They're more like just characters, misfit characters that go on an adventure, and that's what it really is. And I love the adventures that they go in. Anyways, the big question is Volume 2 better than the first one? Well, that's a pretty tall order, but we're gonna find out in this review. So, this is, like I said, the continuing adventures of these characters. The first one was really just an introduction. Now we're going to get to know more about these characters. And that is a really great thing about this film. We get to know more about the characters because there's just this huge, I guess, character dynamic that grows within the story, within the film. We get much further character development. We got a lot of great character chemistry, and we get a much further exploration of the characters and their history, their backstory, and what they're like between each other, like when they're interacting with each other. So there's a lot of character interactions there, and it really expands upon who they really are. So of course everybody is back. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord, Zoe Saldana as Gamora, Dave Bautista as Drax, Rocket Raccoon is voiced by Bradley Cooper, and Vin Diesel voices Baby Groot. We got Michael Rooker as Yondu, and a couple of new supporting cast members, Kurt Russell as Ego, and also Pom Klementieff as Mantis. All of these characters are well-written characters. All of these characters are likable characters. You like them even more, and Kurt Russell, just, you know, he's awesome in every role that he plays, so no complaints with that. And Pom Klementieff as Mantis, great addition to this franchise. She's such an adorable character, and she plays her characters so well. And also, I forgot to mention Karen Gillan as Nebula. I think we got to see a further exploration between her character and the dynamics between her and her sister Gamora. So that was really, really cool. We got to see a lot of that, and which also brings me to talk about a lot of the other characters. Michael Rooker as Yondu. He not only does such a great job, but we get to see so much more development within his character. Rocket Raccoon also has great moments to shine, and Baby Groot is just like oh my god, like James Gunn and the people over at ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, they really brought his character to life. Baby Groot is such an adorable character, and he steals the show in every scene that he's in, even when he's not doing anything. Just the eyes, the way he emotes, it's just so much fun to watch. Which brings me to talk about the visuals, the action, the visual effects. Everything that you see that's some of the best CG visual effects work that I've ever seen in any film. I saw it in IMAX 3D, and it's just such an immersive experience. The 3D looks great, the presentation looks great, all the visuals that you see out there is just so photorealistic, and it really takes you into this immersive world, this huge cosmic realm that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is in, and it's just so, like, you just feel so absorbed, not just into the characters and the story, but the whole environment as a whole. So I love the visuals, I love the visual effects, and the action is also right up there. There's a lot of really great action in this film. There was a lot of great scenes where Rocket Raccoon steals the show, and Yondu steals the show, and just a lot of really, really great moments, and you'll be really, really pleased to see all the action that takes place in this film. This film is action-packed while also balancing a very, very character-driven story. So that is great. So I've said a lot of great things about this film, but I still got to say that this film isn't perfect. So because of that, right away I can tell you right now that the very first film is still the best. This one doesn't top the first film, but it's still a great film. Now, what I feel that is missing from this film is the story is really confined within the characters. They don't do a whole lot of exploration, and by exploration I mean physical exploration. I'm talking about going from all these different planets like they did in the first one, and going to like doing like a real space adventure. This story is really confined within the realm of those characters and the new characters that are introduced. Besides that, they really don't go anywhere else. So it's really about their, I guess, inner conflicts. All right. So that's, I can't say it's a bad thing, but it's something that I felt was missing in the Guardians of the Galaxy, like the sequel, that was really, really prevalent in the first one. Another thing that I felt was, I won't say it's disappointing, but it kind of made me feel a little bit leaving unsatisfied, is that in some ways the final climactic battle felt like a very standard superhero final battle. That's what it felt like. It was just so huge and epic and grand that it brought me to brought me back to kind of Avengers Age of Ultron, where just everything was just so like visually like overload. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I felt about the final battle. But in the end, it was still a great film. Like, it was a really, really good film, and it was beautiful visually, and it had a huge emotional impact as well. Like, there's a really, really, like, emotional story in there. Of course, if you don't already know, it's about family. That's what it really is all about. At the end of the day, it's about family, because we all know that what Star-Lord's parental situation is. So it's there's a huge emphasis on the theme of family. So there's a lot of emotion involved, and yeah, I think that's all I really got to say about it. I really enjoyed it. In fact, I would actually watch it again, because the first one was kind of like information overload. The second viewing will be more like taking it in. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, that's all I got to say in this video. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. The first one I gave a 9.5 out of 10. I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. Still a high score. Recommended film. Great installment into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I'm excited to watch the third one, which is already being written by James Gunn as we speak. So there you have it. 8 out of 10. Recommended to watch in IMAX 3D. It looks great. And as always, if you enjoyed this review, hit that like button, subscribe to YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Back in Fast 5 and Furious 6. But we know that he was killed off by Jason Statham's character.